Hello there. So today's video, as you can see, is a recreation of my wedding makeup. So I got married 4 years ago in May. So next year, which is around the corner, we're gonna make 5 years, which is incredible to me. Feels like we got married like 2 months ago. It's been crazy, but it has been amazing. So these wedding makeup videos have been going around for a few weeks now. I first saw two of my friends from the COS community put them up, and I really liked them, and now I'm seeing them more and more. So I thought I would do my own wedding makeup video, even though my wedding was so many years ago. But yeah, this is what I did today. My hairstyle was similar to this, except it was done professionally, but it was kind of pulled back like this, and then I had like curls going on, and it was way nicer than now. But this is all I did today. So if you want to see how I did my wedding makeup, just keep on watching. So I'm going to start by priming my eyes with my Mike Painter Lee Paint Pot. This is the best primer, especially for an occasion like your wedding. You want your shadows to last all day and not move or crease or anything. So this one is hands down the best. Then I am starting by applying from the Carli Bybel palette, this really light shade. And by the way, all the shadows I'll be using are from the same palettes. And then I'm taking this lighter brown and I'm applying that all over my crease. I am also taking that lighter brown shade into the outer corner of my eye and just a little bit into the lid as well, just to create a smoother transition once I apply the darker brown. Next, I'm taking this darker brown shade and I'm applying that right into the most hollow part of my crease, and I'm also taking it just a little bit into the outer corner of the eye and again into the lid, just like the lighter brown shade. Next, I'm taking this light shimmery pink shade and I'm applying that all over the lid. For my actual wedding 4 years ago, I used the Urban Decay Naked palette, and the shadow that I applied on my lid was the one called Sin. So I thought that this one resembled it a lot, but it just wasn't as shimmery. So I ended up applying right on top of this the light pink shimmery highlighter that's in the palette as well, and that looked way more similar to Sin. And that's pretty much all I'm doing for the eye, except for applying a light brown shade in my lower lash line later on. But I think that this is the trick to getting away with a red lip on your wedding day, is to keep the eye really simple. So that's what I was going for. Now I'm just filling in my brows, and for that I'm using my Precisely my brow pencil from Benefit. Now 4 years ago, I don't think I was paying that much attention to my brows, but if my wedding was today, this is definitely what I would use. This pencil is so easy to use and it lasts all day long, and it's just the best brow product that I have ever tried. So here I'm just checking out my brows in a bigger mirror and from farther away, just to make sure that they look good up close and also from far, because so many people will be seeing you. And then I'm finishing my brows by applying that first really light matte shade all over my brow bone. For my wedding day, I applied a shimmery white shadow and I regretted it so much because in the pictures there was so much flashback from my brow bone that it was just not attractive and not something that I liked as much as I would have. And then I am applying these lashes by Ardell. So for my actual wedding 4 years ago, I tried to wear lashes, but it was just so hard. And on the day off, I was just not nervous, but like anxious to just, you know, get married. So it was hard for me and I ended up giving up and not wearing them. So if you are doing your own makeup for your wedding and you want to wear lashes, make sure you practice a lot before the day. Now moving on to the face, I'm starting by applying some primer, and this one is by Bare Minerals. And then I'm applying this foundation. This one is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the stick foundation, and this is one that I am extremely comfortable with and that I really like the finish of. It's not too dry and it's not too oily. So for your wedding day, make sure that you wear a foundation that doesn't emphasize your dry patches and also doesn't make you too oily. And also, because my skin is so oily, I made sure to have blotting sheets with me at all times. So just in case I got oily, I would blot my face through the day. Obviously on my wedding day, this foundation was still not available, so I think I used the Revlon Color Stay foundation. That one is pretty good as well, and it is a drugstore foundation, so it's very, very affordable. And I normally don't do this, but because this is supposed to be wedding makeup, I am reapplying a second coat of foundation just on the areas of my face that I feel need more coverage, because you know you want to look flawless on your wedding. And for the second coat of foundation, I'm making sure to buff that in even more lightly than the first coat, so I keep as much coverage as I can. Next, I'm moving on to concealer, and I am using the Tarte Shape Tape, which is hands down the best concealer in the world. I mean, I don't know if in the world, but best concealer I've ever tried. The coverage is crazy pigmented, super full, high coverage. So I really, really recommend this, especially for an occasion like your wedding. Now, this was obviously not available 4 years ago. I have no idea what I used, but for today, this one is the best. And I'm just blending that in with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge, or Miracle Complexion Sponge, I believe is what it's called. And I am also taking that into the center of my forehead and down the center of my nose to highlight just a little bit. And then I am setting that concealer with my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. And to set the rest of my face, I am using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. And the reason I'm doing this is because this provides just a little bit more coverage, so it makes me look even more flawless, and it also keeps me matte. And remember that when you're setting your foundation, you should be pressing the brush into your skin as opposed to moving it around, because that's just going to remove your foundation and then you won't have as much coverage, and you don't want that, especially on your wedding. And with a fluffy brush, I am just removing the excess powder from under my eyes. And I'm using a fluffy brush because I don't want to remove the coverage. I just want to remove the excess. Then I'm taking my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I am applying that very freely, pretty much all around my face, to just bronze up my complexion. And then I'm taking my Hoola Bronzer with a more precise brush, and I'm just applying that in the most hollow part of my cheeks to create just a little bit of a natural contour. Then I'm taking my Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the color Blushing Bride, which is so appropriate, and I'm just applying that all over my cheeks, or not all over, but you know, precisely and nicely. And for your wedding, you want to use a blush that agrees with your skin tone, because it's going to look the most natural and the most like a blushing bride, you know? Then I'm taking that light brown shade and applying it on my lower lash line just to give it a little bit of a something, but I don't want to apply too much of anything because my eyes are small and I want them to look wider, not smaller. And then I am taking the shimmery pink one and applying it in my inner corner to open up my eyes. Then I am applying a little bit of mascara, and this is the best mascara in the world. It's by Estee Edit, and it is amazing. And I'm applying that on my upper lashes, my fake lashes, to kind of blend them in with my natural lashes, and just a little bit in my lower lashes as well. And lastly, I am applying my MAC Ruby Wood lipstick on my lips. Now for my actual wedding, I used like a very sheer red because I wasn't used to bold lips. But for this video, or my wedding ones today, I would use something bold like this. And then to perfect it and define the lips even more, I used a lip pencil, and this one is by Jordana. And that's it for this look. That brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this look, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. And thank you so much for watching.